Welcome back to the Enclave. No, wait, sorry, the United States of America. The reunited States of America, perhaps we should call it. But it says United States, so we'll go with United States. Welcome back to the United States. We are trying to recover the Wasteland slowly and slowly and slowly. Slowly, hopefully going a bit faster. But we'll see. We'll see. We are deep into still rebuilding our nation, and we are faced with the prospect of a war against the Caesar's legion, mighty nation led by Caesar himself. Once a follower of the apocalypse named Edward Sallow. Sallow was captured by a primitive tribe on an expedition. For his release, he taught them the doctrine of total war and led them to utterly destroy their enemies. And then they crowned him Caesar, and he began his lifelong conquest as the unchallenged ruler of the legion. Well, that tribe, apparently, they put a lot of faith in the Edward Sallow. He's done pretty good for himself. Cruel tyrant, warmonger, and conqueror of tribes. With 1 million bonuses to his name. We have an unassigned division. We should probably send them over here. And Ulysses is guarding the frontier against Caesar's legion. They seem to have motorized divisions as well. They are advanced people. No longer simple tribes. Maybe now we should increase our resource gain efficiency. We have another one. Here we go. So we have some divisions that are being ready, and even more are being built as we speak. Soon we will have lighting up the night. That should give us some advanced technology, I think that stands for it. Yep. Should do with most of our deficiency. We are producing more than enough to support us, but we are exporting a lot due to, well, the economic policy that we have. So yeah, that should fix most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. Alright, we should maybe win the hearts and minds. And while we are winning the hearts and minds of people, we should look at what is happening here in the Uniting the States of America. I think we should go with as firm as Granite, due to us mostly following Granite. America is beset by enemies, foreign and domestic, the raiders, slavers and tribals, ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all, stealing, murdering, and last but not least, the hideously mutated super mutants that have built their warren like rotting maggots. Lawlessness, terror, murder, they are all around us. I know, but not for long, sweet America, not for long. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Or the Gannon Doctrine. One of the Enclave's theorists, a scholar of outmoded pre-war governments, has suggested that the reunited States government would be best served by extending a helping hand to the settlements of the wastes, offering membership in the reunited States in exchange for aid and protection. It is worth a shot. Unlocks the ability to use America's careers to incorporate settlers and tribal nations into the reunited States of America. Both interesting. This one would require war. This one would require diplomacy, which is interesting because we've mostly gone with Granite so far. But seeking allies. Negotiate a group rate. Mutual relation, war with the Brotherhood, learning from each other. I mean, Brotherhood doesn't exist anymore. So all of these are pretty gone, I suppose. Our band of brothers is this one. Western Brotherhood becomes puppet of United States. Interesting. So with that in mind, with this all being gone, perhaps this is the better route, unless we can go with both at the same time. From the bottom up, base ability and dreams of liberty. From the top down, the Ides of March. Operation Augustus, Vae Victis. Or Vae Victis. Issue the second Emancipation Proclamation. I mean, if we can't go with both, then perhaps we should go with the defeat the axis of evil. I like this one, and going with the whole incorporating people, but we don't really have... I mean, the Desert Rangers... Do the Desert Rangers exist still? They do, yeah, they do. But the Western Brotherhood does not. Recognize Vegas' autonomy, guarantee New Vegas, and Minister of Commerce. New Vegas becomes puppet of United States. This one is interesting, but at the same time, New Vegas doesn't exist ×2, apparently. Because this is not the same New Vegas. Oh wow, they call it Sorrows now? And they're part of the NCR? Did he win? Did Arroyo win suddenly? I missed that completely. What the hell has just happened? Wow. Wow. Okay. That was a shocker. Maybe it's one of those things where people in the comments, whatever, are screaming, "Oh, how are you not seeing this? How do you not see that?" Which is fair in this case, but I did not see that coming. Really didn't. Department of Education gets then Teach for America, which we could go 2 different routes here. Mandatory patriotism, which would give us recruitable population 10%. Monthly population would be -10% though. Entertainment broadcasts, honor the First Amendment. The press will be watching our actions with great interest and fund the colleges of the followers. Or we could go to the whole propaganda broadcast and go for mandatory patriotism. Depends on if you want to go full America or not. If we're going to go full America, then mandatory patriotism should be it. We'll go with the broadcasting department for now. But damn, yeah, I did not see that happening at all, really. 1 second, you just look there and, oh, there's the New Vegas. But New Vegas doesn't exist. Okay, so this is a pretty useless tree for us overall. Sure, these guys exist, but these do not, and these do not. Things have turned against us in that regard. Champions of Virtue. We essentially have to take over from them, don't we? From the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Steel is no more. They are history. Sure, the Washington Brotherhood exists. And sure, they are powerful. Actually, very, very powerful. I'm scared of them. We only have 35 divisions. These guys have much, much more. Sorrows, Jesus. I guess they won over here, somehow. Somehow they defeated it all. I mean, not only did they defeat New Vegas, they also defeated the Mojave chapter. Wow. Wow, very impressive. Northern League is pretty terrifying in its own right. Have defeated them before though. If you remember the old Enclave playthrough before that died a bit, we did manage to defeat the Western Brotherhood. Mostly by pushing them to this river here and holding them. Because rivers are very good for holding enemies. If you didn't know that, they're pretty useful for that. I don't think we need as many factories on the support equipment. We have a lot of support equipment. So maybe we should just build more stuff like that. I would like to put in more power armor, but we need more advanced technology. We're still producing fairly efficiently, but not as efficiently as we could. American Broadcast Department is now ready. Alright. Propaganda broadcasts. All those things are good. All of those things are what we need. Yeah, propaganda broadcast it is. We're going the propaganda route. We need to prepare for war. We have 535 days before things are happening. What does this do? The American movie industry has been dead for a long time. Still, there are plenty of drive-in theaters that would be not too difficult to repair. Let's repair them. Let's repair them. Anything else we can do here that's fun and interesting? War propaganda, that would be fun. As soon as we have that. Actually, this one, blame ghouls, that would be even more interesting. Though we have more than 50 stability. Unfortunately, in this case. Otherwise, that would be really good. And do what all kinds of governments have done throughout the ages. Just blame others. Infantry equipment production cost -10%. -10%. Both of them are essentially the same, so let's go with the Tesla weapon design, I suppose. Industrial concern. Congressional opposition questions propaganda department. Oh wow. Hayes and other members of the New World Party have shut down the government, refusing to fund its continued operation. They say that they will not support funding until we withdraw funding for the propaganda and censorship, claiming it threatens all of our founders wanted. All our founders wanted. What shall we do? I hate checks and balances. That would be pretty bad. We don't need Congress during a time of martial law. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we will lose some stability, I suppose. Supreme Court calls for freedom of speech. In a 7-3 decision, the Supreme Court has ruled for Radio New Vegas in its efforts to oppose government censorship. New Vegas has been critical of many of the Enclave's actions, and with this victory, Mr. New Vegas will only continue to cast doubt on our glorious mission. But, I mean, Mr. New Vegas is dead. So why do we care? Why do we care about him? Sure, we lost a bunch of stability there. Had I known that beforehand, perhaps I wouldn't have gone that route. But I didn't know, so we went down that route anyway. And now it was cancelled. Because we don't have enough constitution upheld by checks and balances. God damn it. God damn it. This is why you don't have democracy. I see now. I've seen the truth. That's a lot of time wasted, a lot of stability thrown down the drain. Oh well, not much to do about it. Let's go with some entertainment broadcast for the people then, while they get annoyed by us. God damn it. God damn it. Alright. Not much to do there. Not much to do. Any ship designer or chief of air force that we would like to join in. Close air support. He's just better. He's just a better person. He's a genius. Let's have him. Military theorist. Let's have him. We have some more, not leaders, but soldiers ready to join. Ready to join the cause. Quarry picks is good, and we can go for the next one. And also go for the old world design. So how are we doing now on our trade part? We're actually using up all the advanced technology that we could need. So we have filled that gap. So we're producing our power armor at full capacity. Very good. Very, very good. That's 7.47 per day, which is not too shabby, I wouldn't say. Alright, let's speed up until we have the entertainment broadcast, and then perhaps we should go with the whole doctrine, pick which one we should use. Well, I mean, I knew it was a bit too simple to suddenly go down the patriotism route. Though, I mean, are we really American now with that? We need the whole, you know, patriotism. We need to have that sort of thing going on. Offensive war penalty stability modifier minus 10%. Could go with the Department of Education. No, well, let's go with Uniting the States of America and pick our doctrine. That will be our new next step. And it will be nice and people won't complain about it. There we go. We're doing well. We're doing well. Do not despair. We just need more people somehow. We need more war support. War heroes being killed. I don't believe it. To get limited conscription, we will need has completed focus in New Order, or to do National Spirit Military Department of Education, which we won't be able to get, or more than 50% war support, which could be possible. Now we have lost a bunch of stability, however, so maybe if we do improved working conditions, we could improve our stability a little bit. And while we're doing that, we could also go with Warren of the Red Menace. That would boost our war support quite a bit. We could also go with the whole deal with the Van Graffs, or make a deal with the Van Graffs. 300 units of American common energy weaponry is added to the national stockpile. We will lose manpower, and New Arena would lose manpower, so we'll let it be for now. We'll let it be. I don't see the use in it so far. At least not yet. We'll see. We'll see. But hopefully this will... I mean, we're gonna lose some stability for now. The weekly change is not to our benefit at the moment, but hopefully our war support can be boosted up quite a bit with this. I mean, after all, we are gaining 3.5% per week. Remember the oil rig. Across the nation, flags are at half-mast today in honor of President Richardson and the brave men and women of the Enclave whose lives were taken in a tragic terrorist attack in the United States government's redoubt on the Poseidon oil rig. A center of biological research and aid programs, the oil rig was cruelly destroyed by terrorists who blew its clean, efficient nuclear reactor. President Granite has decreed today Remembrance Day, a national holiday to mourn those among us whose lives were cruelly taken by raiders, vandals, and terrorists. This is Enclave Radio, promising you that they are gone, but not forgotten. That's good. We need that. The Gannon Doctrine is what we decided to go for. So let's go for that. Trying to make deals with people, trying to incorporate them into the United States peacefully if possible. We are the new Enclave. We are not actually the Enclave whatsoever. We are the United States, the reunited States. A new beginning for the Wasteland is what we are going for. A new beginning that begins with extending our hand, grabbing the people who need our help the most, and accepting them into our lives as brothers and sisters. That is what the Enclave will do. Oh, I mean the United States will do. A different Enclave from the murderous bastards that people think we are. To be the government for all Americans, regardless of heritage. Except for if they're ghouls or super mutants, because we apparently, I mean, may or may not have decided to throw them out beforehand. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, reject, and such. But can't always win, can you? I mean, sometimes you have to reject people. Sometimes. And are they really human? Now we're going into dangerous territory, aren't we? So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop before I say something further. Recruitment drive. We can go for this. Sponsor war movie. War support. Sponsor comedy movie. Or sponsor patriotic movie. Gannon Doctrine is now done. We do have both of them available to us. But we should have more... Extending a helping hand. Send a courier to Arroyo. Get to vent the Arroyo courier. Let's go with that. Mr. President, I regret to inform you that one of our peaceful couriers was attacked outside the town of Arroyo. A crazed elderly woman wielding a Gauss rifle and wearing a Volt suit started firing at the courier, crying that the restored United States government is an Enclave trick to kill them all, and that that she will die free. A task force sent to apprehend her was repulsed with heavy casualties somehow. Really unfortunate, as we had a Crimson Caravan catalog for her. We can then declare war on them. I mean, what's it? Is Mom offer mentats? Gain a next war goal against Arroyo, or we can lose stability along the way for getting the same thing. Alright, we will send it to Klamath then. Sponsor follow-up expedition to Pale Folk. Okay, let's do that. And send couriers to She. Let's do all of these things and hope for the best. Seeking allies. Apparently that has no effect, and defeat the axis of evil. The focus currently has no effect. Maybe we should go with the... We'll go with the Department of Education first before we go further and further into this thing. We'll also sponsor a patriotic movie that would give us stability and then also some legitimacy. And we will sponsor a war movie that will boost up our war support. Both of those things, good things. It's up to 64% now, which means we should probably, we are able to do a limited conscription to increase our manpower by a lot. Sure, we don't really have that much of core population available to us, unfortunately. Is there anyone here that is able to increase the amount of people we can do for non-core manpower? Here we go, we have one straight away. Norman Wood, plus 5% non-core manpower. But he does have some negatives associated with him, but let's hire him. Mostly because it's good to have more non-core population available. Even though it doesn't seem to work very well. We don't seem to gain anything from it. I mean, we have 70% legitimacy. That should increase it by almost 10%. Yet it is increasing. Not by a great deal, though. But it is increasing. So we fix this principal thing. That one is a really big boost to power armor, which is exactly what we have. Due to our efforts to rebuild this once great country, every day there are more who believe in our American dream. Whispers of a new dawn are spread across the radio waves in the bars and homes. Stories of a president who can sway even his bitter enemies with words is incorruptible of soul. Let's see. And ask not what your government can do for you, gain political power and base stability. I need you for U.S. Army. Yeah, let's go with that one. It's a good event. Alright, we're starting to get some more men. What were we doing? Yeah, we were picking some technologies. Oh yeah, we forgot to do that, and the other one is not too far away anyway. Oh, we're done with our infrastructure work. Perhaps we should improve our infrastructure still even more here, because this is where things will happen. This is where things will go down. Teach for America. The establishment of a public school system, if it will not, for a great while, extend beyond the cities, present us with an opportunity. We can persuade the Wasteland's youth that pre-war America, the best country on earth, a land of Nuka-Cola fountains, prosperity and greatness, or we can be honest and say that it was full of mostly good people who made some real mistakes like the ones that led to the nuclear wasteland we inhabit today. Given those options, it's hard to see any reason not to whitewash the past a bit. Who's going to tell them otherwise? Tell the kids about the time we conquered the moon. America's past is glorified in the history books. It gives people something to rally behind after all. After all, there isn't anyone alive who remembers what it was really like, right? He who does not learn from history is doomed to repeat it, and I don't think... Okay, wait, damn it! We can also use... I forgot to pause, didn't I? We can also use public schooling to teach the world about the Enclave's noble goal of restoring America, a tale of how we shepherded our strength until we were ready to act. Some idealists may have suggested we air our dirty laundry about that time President Richardson tried to kill all mutants, but really, why bother? The Enclave was devoted to saving America. Or the truth will set us free. Wow! 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 Yeah, I think we're going with that one. Educating children about communism. Douglas was warned about the threat of communism in his youth, and a warned American is worth two. Should we pass these lessons on to America's children? America's youth will be warned of the evils of communism, or let adults worry about these things. I guess we'll go with that. Wow, that would be bad. Really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. Alright, we'll go with that one. And fix our our teaching. Okay, so should we try again with Arroyo? Maybe we should try again with Arroyo. We're still sending couriers to all kinds of people, hoping to extend a helping hand. Damn. I kind of want to, part of me kind of want to go for that just for the idealist route, but losing all of our legitimacy and tanking our stability and stuff with very little chance of regaining it, that would hurt. That would hurt a lot. The only issue with attacking Arroyo, and who's apparently led by the Chosen One, which is cool, legendary among their people for accomplishing the task of finding a Gek, saving them from the Enclave and reuniting the two bloodlines, the Chosen One is worthy of being called a hero. New Arroyo thrives under their leadership, having become a powerful and peaceful nation. Damn. Pre-war housing. Let's go for that. Oh wow. Arroyo, not to be trifled with, and the Sorrows, scary. Not that scary, actually. It would be way worse if New Vegas was here. They barely have military to handle themselves. So we could probably defeat them if we so desired. Question is, do we desire to defeat them? Thing is that we would have to fight both of them at the same time. And honestly, having another front with Caesar's Legion is not very tempting. The only thing would be to do it as a kind of preventive measure to make sure that Caesar's Legion does not gain all this foothold and we have to fight them all around here. Fighting them here on these few passes would be far more preferable. Western Grand Canyon is led by the Grand Tribes, who is apparently at war with Maw and other people. Oh wow, up there. Civilian education now is done. Seeking allies. Perhaps we should go with seeking allies. Fix that first. We were gonna have to defeat the Axis of Evil anyway whenever this time passes, and we have 300 days left to do it. Apparently Klamath becomes a federal commonwealth. Sounds good. Yes. We'll send a courier to Arroyo again, hoping for the best. Becomes a puppet, Klamath. Okay, and good. Good. That means more men. That means more people. 41 divisions they have. And she have 57, while we have 39. Sure, our divisions are stronger, but there we have the support, the sheer number of units. That's good. Apparently we shouldn't waste too much more on Arroyo. They don't seem to want to do anything with us. Which is fair if they're led by the Chosen One, who apparently saved them from us. So, yeah. Can I really blame them? I guess I still can. Let's improve our infrastructure a little bit more. Just don't want to... we have heavy infantry that needs to pass through in all our places, and we want to move fast across all of this. We kind of want this to be like a super highway of sorts, so we might want to boost this up, especially since we are so dependent on this transport line here. We're starting to have a lot of factories to produce that anyway, so it's not going to take that long to do. Seeking allies is still in effect, except it doesn't really have any effect when it's done, so we'll see what happens. We're also getting some Commonwealth part. Pressure Pale Folks economically. Can do that. Sounds like a good thing to do. Except it takes forever. Guarantee Pale Folk. Seeking allies, and they weren't kidding, no effect. The greatest power in the wastes, and we can either discredit the Desert Rangers, leaves Nevada Pact. Settlers can join factions, or incorporating, let's see, estimated army strength of 200% or more compared to Desert Rangers. I don't think that's going to happen, listen. But we can do it with the greatest power in the world. Oof, they have a lot of men. I don't think we're gonna match that. So discrediting them and make them leave the Nevada Pact, where they are part of a pact with absolutely no one else, could be a thing that we can do. Might be a good thing. Anything here that we can do? Yep, this one. We can also do that one. Alright, good. We have 76% war support now. Maybe we should boost up our deployment of units. In just a couple of days we'll get some puppets joining us. We still don't have a faction. And we don't really have anyone that likes us very much. Lone Trees declare war on Lone Trees. They seem a bit confused. I don't even know where the Lone Trees are, but they're fighting each other, so that's never a good sign. Are Pharaohs attacking Paris are attacking Shoshone. Seemingly not doing too good of a job there. Where the hell are the lone trees anyway? No idea, but they don't seem to be very big. Oh, there are the lone trees. So lone tree is attacking lone tree. One of the lone trees is part of the Mormon alliance, and the other ones is, well, not. Good to know, good to know. Robotic helpers. Could be a good thing. So, we have them now in our faction. Well, not our faction, but they are our puppet, and so is the she, having joined us. So, much better to have them this way than to have them in, well, attacking them way. Now we have all their units to rely upon in the war as well. Look at this, they're already spreading out trying to help us. And they have motorized divisions, they have a bunch of units that they've built up, and so does these guys. And if we turn on toggle battle plans for our allies, you can see that they are here. Is this our plan or their plan? Oh, okay, one of our allies is planning to attack another. All right, that's not good. All right, so we can go for that route if we so desire, which would throw them out of their faction that is part of no one else. Or we could eventually go here. Washington Brotherhood gains national spirit, cause guerrillas, and then Masters of the Wasteland, manifest destiny. Yeah, that would be a good route, wouldn't it? How much would it take to defeat the Desert Rangers anyway? They have a lot of men, 70 divisions, but we also have a lot of men. We have power armor, they do not have power armor. So getting them under us as well would be decent. Though, I mean, Caesar's Legion, the White Legs are all but part of Caesar's Legion already. And they are going to join. That is almost certain. And apparently everyone likes the painted men. Strange. So you don't want to be too close to them, because that's if we end up with war against Caesar's Legion, then we will probably have to deal with the White Legs as well. So don't really know there. Don't really know. Honor the First Amendments or vaccinations. Could go with the business of California and fix up that part. We have mostly rebuilt our nation. We don't really have most of the negative parts. Our industry is back up and running. Our manpower is growing day by day, except for the men that are already being trained into more units. We have gotten 2 allies and a bunch of support from them. The people of Klamath and She have quite a few divisions. I mean, there's 42 plus 57, so almost 100 divisions gained from going down that diplomatic route and getting them the, I suppose, the improper way, if you want to be all Wastelandy about it. I don't want to be Wastelandy about it, though. Decisions available. A bunch of divisions. Is there anything here? Klamath joins the reunited states, annexes them. I mean, I kind of want them to be puppets for now. They are more useful as puppets, aren't they? I'm not too fussed about them joining properly. Doesn't matter too much. It really doesn't. Research slot. What to do with you? What to do with you? Mechanized training, perhaps. That I can do. Business of California. Let's speed up time. Not pause, speed up time, I said. The question is, are we ready to face off against Caesar's Legion? Not in a fully offensive war, definitely not. Whispers of hope. Due to our efforts to rebuild this once great country, every day there are more who believe... Okay, so it is this one again. Sure, and we're gonna get a lot of people to join us anyway. Here we go, the Gunrunners. The Gunrunners is a weapons merchant and manufacturer faction operating out of the fortress in the Boneyard. By today it has branches in many areas, including the one near the Strip in the Mojave Wasteland. The Gunrunners supplies only the finest hardware to the most discerning of customers, which used to include the NCR. Most Gunrunner workshops are set up in areas that recently came under our control. Unsure of the new regime's view of their business, they have ceased production temporarily. Many are making plans to leave and will do so soon unless we make our opinion of them clear. The gun runners are recognized as a legitimate business and are allowed to continue operating as before. We would gain that, and the factory output which would be nice. All those fine guns will be safer in our hands. That's no. We'd rather have that factory output thing. That would be better for us. And we can either rebuild the Pacific Northwest or rebuild the 4 states. Or we can do both. Rebuild the 4 states Commonwealth. Maybe we should strip the vaults. We should maybe go down to strip the vaults part and prepare all of that. Soon that is going to happen, where free men shall stand. Our offer of guaranteed independence was accepted by Pale Folks. Reconstructing California, here we go. Rebuilding Sacramento. Let's do that. The fate of the Boneyard. Let's do that. City of Angels. The Boneyard seems like a graveyard that stretches for miles under the hot sun. But Americans find a way, and the Boneyard has prospered as part of the NCR. Hayes intended to set up a Department of Public Art and Entertainment in the city to serve as a nucleus of the America's entertainment industry. But as part of that development, we need to decide whether to change the city's name. Welcome to Los Angeles. Change its name to Los Angeles. It's been called the Boneyard for over 200 years. Keeps the name Boneyard. For those who didn't make it, and those who keep trying to. Change its name to the City of Angels. Let's go for the City of Angels. A new Dayglow. Helios 2. Good afternoon, America. This is your president, and I wanted to tell you a great new plan. You might have heard of the solar plant outside New Vegas called Helios 1. But did you know it was only one of a series of plants intended to wean America off of fossil fuels before the Great War? Alone, New Vegas, California, and the Vault City could never have duplicated it, but working together, we are building Helios 2 outside of Dayglow as we speak to bring clean, affordable energy to Southern California. It's a new day, America. Soak up the sun. This is fine. This is fine. Irrigate California. Right, all good things. All good things. Pale Folks rejoin society. Replace tribal nation with settler nation. Go for that. It's gonna take a while. Might as well get started. There we go. We are rebuilding California as we speak. This one again. It's a good event. I like it. It's a good event. It's just a shame about Arroyo being having a hard on against us, so to speak. So to speak. Stripping the vaults. Come on, strip the vaults. As we reclaim America, there's a great deal we can gain from the pre-war vaults, and we can use them for their original purposes. Alright. The vaults were not designed to save anyone. They were designed for the American eternity, to help America leave this world and surviving on desolate planets. Many vaults are failing after some 200 years, but there's still plenty of industrial gear we can refurbish and maintain. But some scientists have suggested we can always do more research. Knowledge is the greatest treasure. Or we can put those fusion plants in our cities. Let's do with the research speed, I suppose. We need to own Gila for that one, or we can open for business. Let's do open for business. Sounds fun. That sounds like great fun indeed. Alright, time to do a quick check. Actually, we will do that in the next episode, I believe. Maybe we will be a bit further in this one, just to get some more stuff done, get ready and such. Which is not too shabby, is it? Open for business. We're trying to get more men out as well. This infrastructure work is going to take a while still, despite our great many factories working on it. And we have a large stockpile now of power armor that just keeps growing by the day. The fact that we have done so much work over here just means that things are going to improve and improve and improve. Where is it? This technology. There's not much technology here left, is there? Could start developing some robots. Maybe that would be the wrong robot to pick. Maybe we should go with this one instead. Open for business, rebuilding the 4 states Commonwealth. Could be a good one. Open for business, medtech. Let's go with that one. And bring the gun runners up to spec. Let's go with that one. Crimson Trucking Company. Every man a car. We will get there eventually, I suppose. Ghouls discuss America's flaws. What? Ghouls? It turns out some ghouls remember the martial law, rationing, and general societal collapse that preceded the Great War. As such, they are rather critical of our attempts to paint America as a city on the hill. Once published a book entitled Lies Your Teacher Told You. Why don't we ever get a break, I think this is supposed to be. This ghoul sounds a bit like a communist. Or sounds like he's gone feral. We would lose some legitimacy, but we would do other things, perhaps. We could lose some stability and war support. We can lose some legitimacy. Stupid ghouls trying to ruin everything that America stands for, as always. Can't stand for that. That's un-American. Okay, we're only 66 days away. We have our soldiers ready here. They have a lot more soldiers ready. Perhaps we should send even more divisions to assist here. Just in case. Am I clicking on the wrong button? Am I clicking on the wrong button? I think I was clicking on the wrong button. Yep, I was. Good to know. Good to know. Maybe we should stop time. Just a little bit. There we go. More units joining in over here. There we go. That is done and ready. Smoke grenades. Could be useful. Soon we have the 4 states Commonwealth done. We have 3 or so power armor dudes on every single one, which should help. We should have the rest of the forces ready and stand by and fall back position, just in case things go very south. And I guess rebuilding the Pacific Northwest is part of this. Okay, so 49 days. Let's see the whole extending a helping hand. Send couriers to Pale Folk. It's integrated in the American economy and cultural sphere, and we can begin negotiations for them to re-enter the Union. Didn't we do stuff to make them a settler people? Oh well, we'll try again. Executive orders? No. Scavenge for equipments? No. Political actions? No. Didn't we get something about rebuilding the Rockies? Okay, the Rockies. Okay, there's a bunch of things we need to own before we can rebuild stuff. Gotcha. Okay, this is where we will end this episode. Oh god, sorry, I accidentally hit the microphone, I think. 44 days away from the event where 3 men shall stand. So we'll see what that will cause. I assume a conflict with Caesar's Legion. That will be pretty bad for us. Thankfully, Soros don't really like Caesar's Legion, so we are free from them here. So we only have a very small part here where we need to defend, which allows us to hopefully hold that pass or hold that river while we keep on building up our forces. Luckily, we also have the assistance of Klamath and Xi in case things go very south or we get a second front. Which should help us get some time so we can readjust our forces and respond to anything that might occur. At any rate, I am quite certain that we will survive, at least for quite a while against Caesar's Legion, and perhaps even take them out, even though it will be a long war of attrition, I assume, at least at the current state of affairs. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you next time.